Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel, and today we're talking about the new update. The maintenance is happening right now in 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross. That's why you can't play the game, so that's why you're here watching this video. So, we've got another new update in Grand Cross. This game for global is going at a breakneck speed to try to catch up with the Japanese server. We had the Merlin thing, then we had the Bond thing, now we're back to another Merlin. It seems like every week or every other week we're going to be getting new characters, which is wild and just so much fun for me. As someone who just wants to eat up this game and do everything, because it seems like every other week there's new content, there's new story stuff, there's new missions, there's new rewards, blah, 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 new events. There's always something to do in this game. So I've done this a lot for Marvel Future Fight. I want to break down the patch notes with you guys, talk about it, listen to this beautiful music, and watch that sad guy drink by himself in the corner. So we got this update happening right now. The maintenance, I believe, is going to last for 3 hours. It's going to be adding a new hero. This is Great Mage Merlin, the Boar of Gluttony. This is also known as Green Merlin. Very, very good support character. Definitely a strong choice for things like Clan Boss, but not necessarily a triple S tier Escanor type character that you have to blow the bank for. But we'll talk about why she's strong and why you might want her, and we'll look at the Japanese tier list to maybe try to better inform some of our decisions as far as gambling and, you know, going into debt are concerned. We've got a new support event coming after the maintenance, which is going to allow you to obtain a lot of really good materials. So I'll talk about the event shortly. Basically, you're going to play Fort Solgris, and you're going to get these support tickets. Now, you're not going to submit the support tickets complaining about the game, but you're actually going to trade the support tickets in. You trade the amount in blue here, so you're going to need 25 or 10 or 6, and then you'll get one of these things, and then you have a limit on how many times you can trade it in. Now, personally, trading in 25 tickets to get one SSR pendant when I could trade those 20 tickets and get 2 5-star cups, 5-star chalices, yeah, I'm gonna be doing that. Okay. Also, the SR pendants are often more, you need them in higher quantity than you do for the SSR. So the fact that you only need to trade in 6 versus 25 and you can do it 10 times means that honestly the chalices and the SR pendants might actually be more worth my while. I also really like the XP pots and stuff like this. If these were 5-star awakenings, I'd be all over them, but they're not, so I'm basically going to skip this. I'm going to skip the books. You could go for the SSR treasure chest. It only costs 3. I would skip all of the horns and wings, but this is really nice, and you get to trade these things in, so you can choose what you want necessarily based on what it is that your account is lacking. So that's really cool. Then we're getting new bundles for whales. So you're going to do full awakening bundles, which are going to allow you to awaken a character from 1-star to 6-star directly from the menu. So I'll show you what they mean. It's pretty wild, but basically after the maintenance, it's not on right now, but after the maintenance, let's say I have a character who's unawakened, or he's 1-star awakened. Here, when I go over to the awakening page, there will be a button in the bottom here where I'll be able to press it, and I'll be able to take him automatically to 6 stars. We're not clear on yet how much it's going to cost in terms of real money or in terms of resources, and it's not going to account for how many stars you already have, so it's not going to refund you. They say in the patch notes, but it doesn't refund you for, you know, if you have 4 stars and you're going to 6. It doesn't reduce the cost. I think it's just a flat cost. So it's not going to be very useful for possibly your current account and your current builds, but it will be useful for brand new characters. So right after you spend money pulling for Great Mage Merlin, you want to awaken her right away, you get out your credit card, cha-ching, 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 and there you go. So yeah, I can see they want to make some money. I get it. I went to the bundle to try to see if they explain how much it costs. They don't. They just show you what it is, basically taking them from 1 to 6 stars, and it just shows you what the button looks like. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see with bated breath just how expensive this full awakening is. Then they're making a whole bunch of chat system changes to the UI. They're adding extra chat. They're adding chat in the lobbies of different types of game modes. That's really cool. It's nice to be able to talk to people. It makes the game feel more alive, more social. It gives it a bit more of an MMO feel as well. They're making changes and improvements to the knighthood, which is nice. And they're going to allow you to flex your rank and your combat class against fellow knighthood members and against other people in other knighthoods. So like, you know, whoever is the rank 1 of the rank 1 alliance or rank 1 knighthood can like flex their super powerful CC. So that's cool. They're also adding, this is kind of flying under the radar in the way that they've designed these patch notes, but hard difficulty for the clan boss is being added. So you're going to actually have 2 clan bosses that you can fight. I'll quickly go over to the clan boss now so you can see what I'm talking about. But in the knighthood, you should already know what it is because you should already have finished chapter 6 of the story, and then you should already be in a knighthood, man. Get into a knighthood. You want those juicy check-in rewards. So we're gonna go over to the boss battle here. It's down where my camera is underneath check-in. But basically, they're going to be adding... Oh, we got maintenance in 90 minutes. I got to hurry up. They're going to be adding an extra step here. I think it's over here or over here for the normal, for the hard difficulty. We have normal right now, and they're going to add hard. And then you're going to be able to do that to get more score and to contribute more to your knighthood. So that's really cool. More content, more difficulty, and personal rewards tier 1 to tier 4. So that's cool. They're adding features to continuously change awakened item perks. This is really nice. So when you're rolling gear and you're rolling substats, you roll it one at a time, and it's time consuming and it's just frustrating. I mean, you're going to see yourself losing over and over again, but when you do it, you have to just go one at a time. So what they're basically changing about that is, I picked the worst character to show this off, but basically what they're going to be changing is here, and when we change the stat, rather than doing it one at a time, you'll be able to click it and set the number of times that you want it to re-roll, and it will keep re-rolling until it finds the stat that you want. You also get to set which stat it is that you're looking for. So it's really, really good, and it basically just saves you a bunch of clicking, saves your finger a bunch of time. You just have to be careful to set the limitations properly so that you don't blow all your gold or blow all your anvils or blow diamonds. They're also adding some costumes for Elizabeth and the pig, the boar Elizabeth with Hawk. It's just whatever. They're going to unequip other costumes that you've equipped in these characters. So if you don't know where they are after the update, just go and look for them. They're adding even more bundles. Money. And then they're doing huge stat changes for certain heroes. This is pretty crazy. So they're buffing up a bunch of characters. They're buffing up all of the Housers. They're all getting various buffs. Even the SSR best farmer in the game, Hauser, yeah, that guy. They're buffing up all of the Griamores with their HP, attack, and defense in some cases, and they're buffing up Hendrickson and Dreyfus, and both Slaters. I was surprised that Overpower Slater, aka Blue Slater, is being buffed. His attack is being buffed. Some of these numbers are really small, but I'm not quite clear on what this means. And like, if this is his base attack at level 1 SSR, it may be a much larger increase at 6-star Awakened, level 70 UR. So we'll have to see what this is, but some of them are pretty substantial, like 20% more pierce rate, 20% more resistance. Captain Slater is seeing some play. I actually lost. Yeah, I did lose. I lost to a Captain Slater team who kept locking my Blue King and not letting him attack, or I almost lost. I can't remember, but it was wild. So yeah, they're buffing these characters, and then they are ending. They're going to be cutting off, ending the Green Bond set, the pickup, or the draw, whatever it's called, the banner for Bond, and the Awakening bundle for him as well. They're making some changes, and they're actually adding 100 CC when you have a combined attack hero team. So rather than just having a team with heroes that have substats that link or that have some sort of association to give extra substats, when you see that there is a connection with the swords in between, that will give you an extra 1,000 CC. So that will actually be helpful to some players who have some extra characters unlocked, because it'll boost your CC. Maybe it'll help you get through some extra story mode content. Basically, what they're referring to is these ones here. So when you have the combined attack, it's actually going to add 1,000 CC overall to my Blue King, whereas with this one, it's not going to add 1,000 CC to my Hauser. So right now I'm at 88,069. After this maintenance, with these two, I will be at 90,069. So that can actually be meaningful, allow you to go first more often in content, and allow you to save and not have to eat certain dishes to get more CC, to push you over that threshold so that you're always going first in like farming and PvE content. So that is cool, and I actually do like that change. Last but not least, I want to quickly go over Merlin. So we're getting Green Merlin. She's a pretty strong support character, as I've said. They list her stats over here, and they list her skills. But basically what I want to do for you guys is I want to talk about what she looks like on the... Ooh, it's really cut off here. What she looks like on the Japanese tier list, because they are ahead of us. They've been playing with these characters for months, so they have a much better idea of what these characters are worth. I'm on the gcdatabase.com, which is the Grand Cross database. Shout out to all these people who make this possible and do all this information. So I went over the tier list and I just sorted by S tier in PvP. There's PvP farming, and then there's passive unique. And if you scroll down to the bottom, we will see Green Merlin is actually S tier for PvP, C tier for farming, but also S tier for passive. So a pretty strong character. Now, what makes Merlin strong? Let's go and investigate now with her kit. So a few things make this character really strong. The first is her passive. She fills all allies' ultimate move gauge by 1 orb at the start of the battle. I believe this also applies to PvP. So if you use her on your PvP team and you also consume the honey apple pie, your whole team will start with 2 of the 5 ultimate orbs. So basically by turn 2, if you play 3 cards from one character, you will have their alt up ready for turn 2. So this allows really aggressive, really one-shot, really glass cannon builds to succeed, because if the enemy can't stop you, can't CC you or kill you on their first turn, the very next turn they're going to lose at least one character. So this is going to, I think, affect the PvP meta. This is going to sadly make the current Jericho Bond strategy possibly even more toxic than it is. This could also make strategies like Diane, Blue Diane, and her nuking alt a little bit stronger, a little bit more threatening, although Diane does need those turns to ramp up because of her passive. This is another opportunity to take it in a different direction. The other big thing about Merlin that makes her strong is her second skill, Perfect Cube. Now, we love it from the anime and the manga, but it basically creates a barrier, an HP shield for all allies equal to 150% of her attack for 2 turns, and it scales up to 375% of her attack for 2 turns. This is especially helpful for content where you get points deducted for losing HP, i.e. clan boss. So that big weird demon in space with the claws that looks all spazzy, that thing, when it attacks you, it deals damage, you lose HP. When you lose HP, you lose score towards your clan score, which goes towards your knighthood, which goes towards helping your team out. So having her on the team is a, pretty much a must if you want to get a very high score, because not only does the Perfect Cube count as a buff, so it buffs all 4 characters, so you get 4 buffs, which racks up your score, but it also prevents you from taking damage to your HP. It doesn't matter if the Perfect Cube takes damage, that doesn't count towards losing score. So it has super synergy with increasing your clan boss and your clan score for your knighthood. And then she's got a cool alt, and she's got nice synergy with Red Arthur. Which is also going to build into more synergy later on when Escanor comes out, because Red Arthur also has synergy with Escanor, with I think both Escanors, or maybe just one. But anyways, so yeah, pretty strong character, not like super OP. She also depletes ultimate orb gauge, so good for PvP again. Not busted, not Escanor level, but you can definitely see the value of having someone like this on your team. So weigh the pros and cons of whether you want this character and whether you want to pull for her. I will be pulling for her, so look out for a video shortly in a few hours later on this channel. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think of the patch notes for 7th Edition's Grand Cross, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.